Speaking of political distractions, the word was used by the Tony Abbott government yesterday that he would rather that Section 18C did not become a distraction. Have you ever seen a face like the face of George Brandis? I mentioned this yesterday, but he looks like he absolutely had the stuffing kicked out of him. The Attorney-General had been passionate about repealing Section 18C of the Racial Discrimination Act, what has become known as the Andrew Bolt section. That's the section that says you cannot offend, insult, humiliate, intimidate people based on their race. Look, it all sounds fine, but it did give people the chance to get insulted, and then it gave them the chance to go after their enemies. Brandis was keen. He was very keen. But yesterday, the PM absolutely rolled over on him, squashed the air right out of his lungs. It was a political move by the PM, but oddly and ironically, it has actually weakened him politically, and it made him look like any lobby group can push him hard enough and he will just roll over. Now look, to be totally clear on this, racism is awful, abominable, terrible. But when you use words like offend, it's just so unbelievably broad. Look, I'll give you an example. Have a look at this actor who had tweeted out a picture of him standing next to Delta Goodrem and described her as a white woman that can't dance. Now, if that happened in Australia, Delta Goodrem could have stood up and said, look, I've decided to be offended about this, and off the court you go. The reason I don't like 18C is it actually incites racism. That's the problem with it. It works the other way. It puts a divide between races. It doesn't actually bring them together. Having something that says, look, don't you offend me or I'm going to see you in court is just holding us back. It doesn't mean that you can say whatever the hell you want. I hated the things that Andrew Bolt said in that column a couple of years ago. But the last thing I wanted to do was see him in court. It's 3:18.
Something to talk about? Call Justin Smith on 2UE. Anytime, about anything. 13 13 32.